I'll show you a little secret that I learned while in the Navy. If you spend any time in the Navy on the ship, you certainly spent many hours chipping and dipping and maintaining the ship and keeping it rust-free. I'll show you how to restore your brushes. This has wood stain in it, oil-based wood stain, and it's very hard. Even though I cleaned this brush out with paint thinner, it's still hard up in here. One thing I learned in the Navy was to clean your paintbrushes with pine oil. Pine oil, or pine cleaner, pine sol, will take latex, dried latex-based paint, dried oil-based paint, and non-dried epoxy-based paints out of your brushes. So you just take a container, pour full strength, and let your paintbrush set overnight. And tomorrow morning your paintbrushes will come out, and after a couple hours of sitting here, the paintbrushes will be soft and supple and really hydrated. You see that the pine sol is already acting on the sealant, and the bristles are starting to come loose. But you let this sit, you can work it around, and this cleans out with water. You don't need paint thinner or anything like that. This isn't going to kill your septic tank if you flush this down your sink or something, or spill it someplace. It's not going to not really harmful. I mean, this is pine sol. It's biodegradable. See this? See how this is coming apart and this is flexible now? Let this sit overnight. If you have dried in paint, whether it's latex or oil-based paint, you just let this sit for a couple days, and the paint will just literally peel off these bristles. Like I have these other paint brushes which are just fine and they're clean, but you can see a little bit of white latex paint on this one and a little bit of white latex buildup on this one, and you got some bristles here. Even though these are clean, they're nice and flexible. To condition your brushes, you just put them in your pine sol or pine oil and let them sit overnight, and all this stuff will come right off. No gloves. You don't need rubber gloves. This full strength pine sol, pine cleaner, $1 at the Dollar Tree store. Way cheaper than acetone or paint thinner. I use an ice cream bucket, and I'll put the lid on here so that this doesn't evaporate. This is a good way to clean your brushes and even condition your brushes. When they're done, you just rinse them out with some hot water and you're done. Get an old ice cream bucket that you ate all the ice cream out of. Put your lid on, let it sit overnight, and your paintbrushes will be soft and supple and clean in the morning.